Hi, everyone. Welcome to YNO Spotlight. Today, I have our multi-instrumentalist, Kania Mills. Yay!
Hi.
Kania is always laughing. There's always something to laugh about whenever you're around Kania, which is very, very true. So, Kania, you are a multi-instrumentalist. Tell us how many instruments you play.
I literally play all of the clarinets, all of the saxophones. I play flute, and I do compositions on piano.
Have you
So
ever released any of those compositions, or are they just like a secret?
I think they're kind of a secret because I've never really put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
I did do a couple of compositions when I was in school, but it was only played by my friends. But
Mm-hmm.
they're not really public, and I think
Right.
they're in the archives there, which I should probably go get them after all these years. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing some more things and actually making them public.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Cool. And people who don't know what like all the clarinets or all the saxophones are, how many instruments are there? Like how many clarinets, how many saxophones are there?
So with clarinets, that can get like crazy, and you know that, because you play bass clarinet.
Right.
That's your specialty. My specialty is the little itty bitty clarinet, which is the E flat clarinet, which
Mm-hmm.
I actually play in Piedmont Wind Symphony. I've been the E flat clarinetist there for probably a good 20 years now.
Wow.
That's when I've really got into E flat clarinet playing, mainly because when I was in band class and in high school, and I was like, "Ooh, what is this cute little clarinet?" I didn't even know what it was. So, and then I got into it, and so there's that one, and then of course there's B flat clarinet, which everybody has, and then yeah, two,
Everything
and
count.
then there's the A clarinet. Then there is what we like to occasionally play on, but many people don't own. It's a basset horn,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like a little miniature bass clarinet. And then there's bass clarinet.
Woo!
And then there's contrabass clarinet, which I try to avoid because we're literally the same height. Actually, isn't it? It's probably bigger than both of us. Like if you stand next to it. And then I think they have the contrabass in B flat and E flat, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when it comes to that's all I play when it comes to clarinet. Now,
Okay.
when saxophone, I do play all of them. So soprano sax, alto sax, tenor sax, bari sax. I do
Mm-hmm.
not play the bass sax.
Okay.
Stop it, Barry. That's big enough. I'm kind of short, so we don't
Yeah.
we don't play things that we have to sit on stools to play. And then with flute, I do play flute. I occasionally pick up a piccolo if I have to. If I
Mm-hmm.
have to.
Right.
So that's literally like all the ones I do play. And that's because I do musicals, so that's the reason why I picked up so many for that.
Really cool. So, what instruments do you play for your neighborhood orchestra?
For your neighborhood orchestra, I do play pretty much whatever I'm asked to play. But
So, how about the
mainly
Lost in Space set?
soprano. For our actual show, I'm playing B flat, A, and then soprano sax in one piece, and then bari on some others, and alto on one with the spoken word. So
Very cool.
that's probably about the number on that one.
Okay, cool. And how did you find YNO, or did it find you?
Oddly enough, it found me through my very first high school private lessons teacher, Reese Manso.
Okay.
And I think that he gave Elizabeth my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why not try this? So then of course I showed up for the first time and I was like, this is kind of cool. I like this, this is different, and it wasn't anything that I thought it was going to be. I was just thinking like it was like just like a regular orchestra, and I'm like, oh snap, we work with hip hop artists. That's awesome, And so that was like a whole different avenue for me to get into, and then I just kind of stuck with it, and I really enjoyed doing it. So and it was interesting to see where we started to where we built it now. So it's kind of nice being a part of that.
Right.
Yeah.
It just keeps on growing, keeps on growing, keeps on growing. So from whenever you're not playing a million different instruments for your neighborhood orchestra, what are you doing?
I actually am a professor at Livingstone College. So
Okay.
I do teach all the woodwinds there. And I am also the assistant marching band director. So I do marching band, I do pep band for basketball season. And I outside of teaching there, I also teach at I give, I guess, say master classes at multiple high schools, working with younger students from middle school all the way through high school. So I do a lot of teaching and coaching, and I run my own studio. I do private lessons. So basically outside of teaching, then there's gigs. So church gigs, like I said, play with Piedmont Wind Symphony, Salisbury Symphony, Western Piedmont Symphony. I just pretty much sub for a lot of symphonies, but there are groups that I'm permanently a part of. Like I'm the concert master of Salem Band, and a lot of people don't know that Salem Band is a band that's been around since 1771. Yes, it is the oldest, longest lasting band in the nation. So
that is crazy.
Yes, they are. It is a Moravian-based organization. So yes, they have been around for a very long time, and it's actually on Salem College campus.
For people who don't know what Moravian is, could you explain what Moravian is?
It isn't not any different from being like Baptist or AME Zion or Presbyterian. It's just I guess
is it a different denomination?
Church, like it's just church based. It's still church based, Christian based type feel.
Very cool.
And we normally play out of hymn books.
You guys play stuff like spirituals?
Yes, and we do regular band music. Like we give outdoor concerts, and the organization is run by very dear friend of mine, Eileen Young. And in every band concert, we make sure that play hymns and include the audience to sing along with us. So very we always bring the Lord into it.
Absolutely.
Even though you get good band music, good traditional band music, and throughout the summer. And we are a nonprofit, so all of our concerts are free.
Very cool.
So yeah, and I am the concert master / clarinet section leader for that.
So what was the defining moment in your life that you were like, I love music, I'm doing this forever?
That's a good question. So growing up, I was very athletic. I was always in band. So I was right in the middle of the changes. So band started in elementary school for me. And I wanted to play saxophone really bad. And the band director at the time was like, I'm putting you on clarinet. I'm like, oh, what is that? I don't even know what that is. And so when it came time to choose the instrument, I remember him saying clarinet. I was like, check the box. I don't even know what clarinet is, but I'm gonna check the box. And then of course I checked saxophone. But I ended up playing clarinet in 5th grade and 6th grade. And that was when 6th grade was still part of elementary school. Then I've always loved it. I just never did like all county band and all district band like my students do now. You know, because I was running track, I was playing basketball, I was a sports person.
Mm-hmm.
And then high school, I was in the marching band, and I always loved band. It wasn't that I didn't love, you know, think of it as a future. In my mind, sports was going to get me through college.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they said your knees are no good anymore to be jumping hurdles. And everything I did, I jumped. My long jump, high jump, triple jump, hurdles, basketball, everything was like banging my knees. And so I said, okay, well, if what do I do now? And then my stepdad and my mom were actually like, you can get scholarship in music. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So she ended up finding me Reese that I just told you about to,
Right.
you know, for the summer. And I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna go to UNCC for a summer camp, and then they decided not to do it.
Oh.
And so my mom was like, kind of like, oh, I was gonna put her in this music camp, but I guess the lady in the library at the time referred us to him, and I started taking lessons. And so I was like, wow, this is a real thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I loved clarinet, and I didn't realize like how much I love clarinet. Like I did the school musicals. I was first chair in band, you know, not thinking like, oh, this is a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I was in a couple of like big orchestra concerts
Mm-hmm.
that we were nominated for, and it was really fun. Downtown Charlotte, we got to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So I really started realizing how, when I first did all district band, how many people played clarinet and
Right.
how serious of competition it was to try to get into these things. And I'm like, oh, this is a thing. Like
Yeah.
people are really into this. And then I got a letter from somebody at School of the Arts telling me to come audition my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know that school existed, never heard of it before. And it was admission through audition. So I, you know, got a Weber piece together for
Right.
clarinet players that know who Weber is, you know, played the concertino to get into the school. And I bought my E flat. My mom had gotten me an E flat clarinet, and I didn't even have to play it because I guess he liked what he heard. Not to mention I was sight reading because I'd already been at a band convention all weekend. I didn't have time to practice.
Yeah.
but I was actually really focused in that audition, and I got in. And then even more so when I got to college, I realized how serious clarinet could get, you know.
Right.
And I was like, wow, okay, I have a lot to learn, even though I've been in band all these years. This is nothing like that.
Right.
So I've always loved playing my instrument. That has never been an issue for me. It was just when I realized that you can get a degree in music, and that, you know, it opened up a world that I was not expecting. And then I just kind of just dove into it. Like
Very cool.
cannonball in the pool. That was me.
You have another activity outside of music, correct?
Yes.
Can I ask about this said activity? Can you explain it to me?
I love doing artwork. I
Okay.
like painting and drawing and sketching, and I actually am more of a cartoon creator
Mm-hmm.
than a realistic, I guess, realism.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do
Right.
realism. So yeah, I'm always creating fun doodle characters and doodling and painting. So
And you have a series on YouTube called the Lunkins.
yes, it's
What is that
the
about?
it's I actually am the animator slash artist that created the
Mhm.
characters, actually for a friend.
Mhm.
But it is basically a cartoon of a bunch of odd looking young people but really the deal is that they're really not the age that they look.
Right.
So they're really elderly people that have been transformed into these weird bodies, but the scientific experiment from the evil scientists didn't all the way work the way it should have. So they turned out looking the way that they look. So and if you watch the first episode, you'll see that it's a lot of my marker art. And you know, I did all the video, all the editing, all the drawing, and her family members and friends did the voices, and I did the best I could to edit. Now, it's not perfect, just for people to go out there and watch it. It's not perfect. I was literally have been improving my skills since I've been working on this cartoon.
Right.
So you'll see the difference between part 1 and part 2, and when part 2 I actually tried to make them move. And I did the best I could because, like, again, you know, programs cost a lot of money. So this is about as best as I could do with movement and making it interesting. But that is not the only thing that I have on YouTube. There's actually Bird Bucks, which is my own cartoon slash kind of a webtoon series where it's more like you have to read, but there's music that goes along to it. That is my own creation. So it's basically a joke. Bird Bucks is like Starbucks.
Right.
So being in college, they're college birds, which I teach at a HBCU. So the pun in there is that they go to the Heightened Birds Collegiate University, which stands for HBCU.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of jokes in there, and you know, just in general, you know, collecting different personalities over the years and meeting people, I put all these personalities into these birds. And their hangout spot is a coffee shop called Bird Bucks. So
I love that.
Yes.
All right. Do you see yourself in any of those characters?
Yes, I do. Actually, one of the characters is a saxophone player.
Ooh, do you play the saxophone for that too?
I actually didn't know. Nothing. No, I haven't gotten to the point of putting down tracks yet for it, but just YouTube music I use, and I did, you know, for copyright purposes, I put the names of where I got the music from.
Right.
But it's basically, you know, just college life,
Right.
but birds, basically.
Right.
So.
All right, so let's find out which cartoon character you're most like. The caption says, "Are you more of a Bugs Bunny or a Charlie Brown?" All right, how would your friends describe you? Ditzy, smart, clumsy, funny, cynical, or cocky?
Can I only pick one?
Yeah.
I would probably say more funny.
I would describe you as funny. You're asked to fill in a spot at a local talent show. What do you do? Just walk around in circles. I already have a musical solo prepared. Try my hardest to do a magic show. Tell a few jokes and hope that it entertains the crowd. I refuse to do it. I don't plan a talent. I just wing it.
Probably I just wing it.
All right, choose a cartoon character. Barney Gumble, Jody Abigail London, Sandy Cheeks, Scooby-Doo, Louise Beckler, or Jerry Mouse. Or sorry, Belcher, Louise Belcher.
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. How do you do under pressure? I flap around and really crumble under pressure. I try to laugh my way through it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't faze me really. I like an audience and more pressure. To be honest, I don't do well with or without pressure. I'm great at it. The more pressure, the better.
That's it. That's hard. Really kind of depends on the situation. Okay, I'm having a moment. What were the first two again?
All right, the first two, I flap around and really crumble under pressure, or I just try to laugh my way through it.
It's probably I try to laugh my way through it.
Choose a TV show. The Popeye Show, Malcolm in the Middle, BoJack Horseman, One Day at a Time, Blackish, or Arthur.
Arthur!
What interests you the most? My family and what is going on with them, people and their stupidity, myself, I don't know, science, politics, everything. I take interest in a lot of things, but I'm not particularly knowledgeable in those subjects.
Huh. Ooh. Well, I do take interest in a lot of things, but I actually am knowledgeable in a lot of those subjects. Let's see. To be honest, I don't know. Give me the first one again.
My family and what's going on with them. There was an option that said, I don't know.
Okay, that's a I don't know.
Choose a character that isn't a cartoon. April Ludgate, Barney Stinson, Andre Dre Johnson Sr., Mindy Laurie, Troy Barnes, or Dana Scully.
Dana Scully. That's not Dana Scully. Dana Scully. Yeah.
Is that who you're choosing?
Yeah.
All right. What were you like in school? I liked school, but wasn't very good at it. I was a total teacher's pet and loved it, loved school. I enjoyed school and tried my hardest. I was a pretty average student though. I was the class clown. I was really smart and good at the learning part, but not bothered by the rest of it. I wasn't great, but was popular, so got through it. How come all these are like not?
Yeah. They're so long. By the time you get to the last one, I forget the first one. Okay.
What were you?
No, not that one. No, I definitely wasn't a class clown. I would probably say I was really smart and good at the learning part, but not bothered by the rest of it.
Okay, which are your favorite shoes? See, I'm glad I shared my screen because how could I?
Right. I would have to say that I like the first pair.
This one.
Yeah.
You're goofy.
Oh my goodness.
At school, you were always the class clown and would of anything for a laugh and would have anything for a laugh, including impressions and funny characters. You're eccentric and lively so much that you leave people asking, where do they get their energy from? You also really rock a polo neck.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, and very interesting, especially since you said, I quote, I definitely wasn't the class clown.
Right, I wasn't though. But I mean, I guess if you were to look at me now, like in rehearsals, I probably would be, because I'm always making jokes.
Always keep me laughing. You always keep me laughing during rehearsals. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was good in school though. I was actually fairly quiet.
Really?
Surprisingly.
That is surprising.
Yeah, I didn't talk. Well, I'm always one of those people, like if I don't know you, I'm probably gonna smile, I'll speak, but I'm not gonna talk.
Because in rehearsal, it's like or that. But you always make it a lot of fun. You make it very joyful. And I'm glad that that you have those experiences in your school to where you can just open up and just joke anytime. Are you surprised with Goofy?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised, but then Goofy is kind of one of my favorite cartoon characters.
Yeah.
So, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not surprised.
All right. Well, to wrap things up, do you have any of your social media or anything that you would like to tell the people to follow you on?
I try to keep up with most of them because my students keep pushing me to get a new one every time a new one comes out.
Yeah.
But I am on Facebook. It is just my name, Kania Mills.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do have an Instagram account. My Instagram is Woodwind Crazy at
Okay.
Woodwind Crazy. And I have a Deviant art page, but I haven't really kept up with it.
Mm-hmm.
For artists, I do have some stuff out there. I haven't posted anything lately. I need to update that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am on TikTok. I think it's my name, or it's probably Woodwind Crazy. I don't remember. Not looking at it right now, but I do
That's
have
okay.
a
You can
TikTok.
text it to me.
Yeah. Just recently started a TikTok. Maybe probably say the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been on there like super long, but basically I just kind of like post like little short clarinet snippets and artwork. Try to do like a couple of speed things, put some music
Right.
to it. And most of the stuff you see are my designs. So I just kind of like to watch artists on there. There's a lot of interesting artists on there, and they are really good. And I just enjoy watching them and following other musicians and just basically supporting the arts period. I know there's a lot of weird stuff on TikTok. Don't follow that stuff.
I'm not on TikTok.
But
So you're like on TikTok.
right. But if you're an artist or a musician, you can definitely give me a follow. I post both on my page. So if you're looking for one or the other, I might not be the person that you want to follow because I post both. I'm not going to have two separate pages because that's just confusing. But
Right.
hopefully you do enjoy the content that I do post. And I do a lot of sharing of other people's videos that are really
Mhm.
good too.
Very cool. Well, thank you for joining me on this interview. It was really nice just getting to talk to you and get to know a little bit more about what you're up to. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of the day.
Oh, you too. Bye.
See ya.